Wow. My mom was that way. She is totally a morning person.
Yeah.
Wonder where Terry is this morning. She's usually here bright and early. Wow.
Oh.
My mom was that way. All right. Close that. So we are now live streaming on YouTube, which I will of course send you the link afterwards. And let's go ahead and get back here. All right. Well, I'm not going to wait for anybody else if that's okay with you all, since we have it here. Jackie, just let me know if Lou comes in and I don't see her. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. So this morning, what we said we would talk about is texting, the difference between RCS and SMS, and security with all of that. Oh, here comes Carlene.
Hey.
And there's Marie. Good morning, folks. Um,
Morning.
we're also going to talk about photo storage, external, um, and just basic for photos, like the photo stick. And so I have some resources for that as well. Jackie's pointing. Oh, there she is. Hey, Lou.
Sure.
All right, and Carol made it. Awesome. Carol, are you all snowed in Rabun County?
What's going on here?
Yes, I am. I mean, I'm out now, but it was white in Wisconsin. 3 inches of snow would have stopped nothing, but because they don't salt all the time here, then the ice when at night after it melts was black ice. So I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
want to drive on that.
for sure.
So
For sure.
yeah.
So, first thing I have to do is show you
Oh,
that we did a thing.
oh,
Oh.
oh,
This is Bailey. She's
Haley.
just
Did,
got
did,
her, say hi. Just got
did, did,
her on Monday and from the shelter. She's on a trial basis, but she's not on a trial basis.
I'm afraid to ask, where's Scout?
Uh oh,
Did
Squirt
Scout?
died in October.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was nice.
Oh, that dog's adorable.
So anyway, she had a rough start, but she's gonna get a good life now. Morning, Linda. Look,
How
she's at
old
the
is
beach.
she?
About 2.
Yes.
She looks older because of her little bit of white, but the vet said that dogs that get stressed out early in life start to show signs of aging sooner. But
Mhm.
she's only 2 or 3, something like that. So
That's the perfect age
yeah,
to get
yeah.
them,
And
really, because you're through the puppy stage.
I know. Oh, welcome, Linda. Is she actually there? It looks like a Linda, are you awake? Linda Pollock. Oh, there she is. Good morning. Are you okay, Linda? Can you hear me? I think she can hear me. Connecting to audio. There we go. Hi, Linda.
Wave at her.
Linda.
Linda had some trouble on the last Zoom meet I had with her, so this is better. She couldn't even get on last time.
Oh,
but
wow. Well, I can see that the audio went back out again. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. All right. Now it says Linda's connected. Can you hear me now? Yes? We
Hear.
can't hear you. We can't hear you at all. No. Oh,
Just jumping around.
huh. That's weird. If you have any questions or anything, type it in the chat. That's strange though, because you have a brand new computer. That's weird. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing we'll deal with is the external storage. So let me go ahead and pull up. Give me 1 second. Oh, no, 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 I don't need you to. Sorry about that. I thought I had this one already pulled up. For the 15th, external storage. All right, I have 3 different options for external storage. The first one is the question about photo sticks. And sadly, this was Medina's question, and she's not here, but we're going to go forward with it, and she can watch it later. So this is actually from LinkedIn, which I thought was pretty interesting. I got off my LinkedIn account a while ago because really didn't feel like it was doing anything for me. So, but it will allow you to look at various articles and things. So if you are interested in photo sticks and photo storage, this is a link that I'm going to send you. And this is reporting on a Consumer Reports best photo sticks. So I believe that Consumer Reports has a paywall, so you can't get to their articles unless someone else posts it. But basically, according to Consumer Reports, these are the best ones. So if you want to write those down, if you're interested in them, then we'll talk about them. I'm also going to send you this link so that you have it. These are also links so that you can then go and learn more about those specifically. But it recommends the one actually called the Photo Stick 128 gigabytes. So why and what does it matter? Oh, she made it. Good morning. I think you were coming.
Yeah, I had a bad night. I had sinus headache all night.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
I canceled my appointment.
Okay. All right. All right. And who joined us in the Joy Center?
Sue Ellen.
Hey, Sue Ellen. I can't see that far away from with where the camera is. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry.
Welcome. All right, so photo sticks. As we know, most of our data, particularly on our phones, the storage space is being taken up by, hi, Renee and Andy. Being taken up by photos and videos. So in order to conserve your space, having an external stick, and remember, it used to be like the little USB drives, go all the way back in ancient history. There were floppy disks. Then we had computers that had CD drivers, and we could put things on our CD drivers and store them that way, which was actually really nice because those floppy disks didn't last very long, and they got just basic physical degradation over time. CDs were better. CDs are pretty darn durable, but they don't hold a lot of information. So as time went on, we got to USB drives. Now you can buy a on a USB. Looking to see if I still have one in here.
Are you talking about like
Yeah.
a
Here we
flash
go.
drive?
There you go. Thumb drives.
Thumb drive.
The little thumb drives.
Yeah.
And then we also had the little cards like this. This was a fun one I got from doing Patty training. They put all of the new information on this little tiny one here. So this was pretty cool.
Is a thumb drive and a flash drive the same thing?
Yes. Yeah. Just different names for stuff. So there you go. Oh, what is that? Looks like a pen.
It is. It's a pen. It's the flash drive on the pen. Yep.
That's pretty cool. I have not seen that one. How much space does that hold?
No idea. I don't know.
Was
It
it
was-
like a giveaway at an event?
It was an accounting event. So for
Neat.
accountants, so that they must, yep. That was it.
Neat. Okay, so the question for Kathy is, how would she find out?
How would I find out how much gigabytes? Put it in and wouldn't it say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them, most of them have it written on there, and it may have it on that pen, but like this little one here says 2 gigabytes. So it would say it on it, or you could just plug it in and then look at your files, and it'll show you on your files on your computer exactly how many it has.
Yeah, this was somebody wanting them to know the company. So this is cpaexam.com. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. How much you got there, Carol? Oh, you have a photo stick. Looks like it's still in the package. Unmute yourself.
It is still in the package because I was afraid to use it.
Well, you can thank Medina for this being on our radar today.
Yeah, I don't know how much, I don't know if it's, what did you say, 281 or something?
No, so what is it? What 128, 128 gigabytes. What's that one say?
I don't know. On the back, it says 13.0 and later. I don't know.
No, flip it over, look at the front, because it's going to be a selling point. It's going to be something that they want. Customers are going to buy it based on how many gigabytes.
It's not on there. I mean, I'll take it out. And don't worry about me right now.
I guarantee you it's on the packaging. No, I'm happy you have one because I don't have one. I can't show it. So don't be afraid of it.
Okay, here it is. This 32.
32. Okay. So 32 is a quarter of the recommended size. 32 these days is actually fairly small. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's not valuable. It is valuable. So
I have 2 of these. So.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our little list here because it did list the other one. This one says the other option that they like a lot is the Photo Stick 8. And I don't know if the Photo Stick 8, I don't know. Oh, it's redirecting me to Amazon. No, we're going to go back and just scroll down and see if they talk about it here. Yeah, they're going to talk about it here. So those are shopping links, actually. So Photo Stick 8 is that one. And does it say how many it has? 8 gigabytes. Okay. So basically whatever number that Photo Stick has is going to say, you know, in its name, 128. Obviously it says 128 gigabytes. This one is 8. It doesn't say gigabytes, but obviously an older one. So let's think about this. If we look at there's Louise. If we look at our storage, all right, and I want to make sure we've done this a bunch of times, and I want to make sure that you do this so many times that it's like absolutely like you know where it is right away. And I guarantee there's at least 2 people in this room that don't know where to find where their storage is. So I'm going to do it on my computer because some of you have computers and aren't doing everything on your phone. And we're going to see if this will allow me to do this. I'm going to minimize those. All right. Are you looking at my desktop?
We're looking at the photo stick.
Okay.
Top-
Let me
top
stop
of
the share. I'm going to go back to the share. Huh. That's interesting. Interesting that it does not want me to, let me minimize this. Oh, silly Zoom is not going to let me do that. All right. Let's see if we can do it this way. Zoom is very particular. It wants me to only show what's on the top of my computer screen, even if I minimize it. All right, File Explorer. Now you should be able to see my File Explorer. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So in File Explorer, I can look right down here at the very bottom, and this is obviously Windows. I can go to this PC and that's what it goes to. My PC is called my Acer. C drive is almost always what is considered your hard drive, your main drive for storage of information. And I have this particular computer has 237 gigabytes total, and I have 143 free. So I have a good bit free. That's quite a bit for how old this computer is. But I also, try and keep it cleaned up. I don't store a whole bunch of stuff on it. More what I store on is on the cloud. So let's talk about that for a minute. But just for a minute, because this is really about hard storage. So you want to be able to know that you can find those on your phone. Scott's not here, so I can't show you on a Apple phone, but I think that all the Apple phone users know how to do this. Android people, do we have any in the room? Renee and Andy are, Carol is, I know Amy is, Martin has Apple. Marie, what do you have?
Android.
Android, okay, and I know Amy does. So we'll go ahead and look at this for a minute on the Android phone. When we go to settings, and we're going to go to storage. And on this, it's going to tell me 75 gigabytes used. This phone itself has 128 gigabytes. So that's kind of a lot. Looks like it's probably time for me to clean up a bunch of stuff on my phone here. So if I go down right away, it says free up space. There's a little file folder, and it says go to Files app and manage to free up space. What's taking up the most space on my phone, and it lists them, all of the, regardless of which system you're using, it's going to list them in order of most storage used first, least storage used last. So look and see at the top, what do you need to deal with? And this is apps. So
I'm having
from time to
trouble
time-
finding storage on mine.
Okay, so you're going to go to settings.
Yes, I'm in settings.
And then you would scroll down. Here's the best thing to do, Carol. Number one, always, generally at the top when you're in settings, it says search. Both Apple and Android
Oh,
has that.
oh,
Put
that's
in-
a good idea.
Type in
Yeah.
storage, and that'll save you from scrolling down. Usually it's fairly low on the list. For me, it's about halfway. So as I go here and it says apps, and I click on apps, and it's going to show me all of the apps I have. And from time to time, I like to go in and I like to go, okay, yeah, I really don't need that one. I don't need that one. I'm not using that one. Get rid of those. Now, individually, they don't take up a whole lot of music. A lot of music, because that's the first one. The one that takes up the most space on mine is Apple Music, and that's physical storage on this phone, not in the cloud. This is here because there are many places where I have no internet, and so I can't listen to Apple Music unless it's downloaded on my phone. So I've downloaded a bunch of music onto my phone. Time for me to clean up those files, get rid of music I'm not listening to right now. I can always download it again when I'm in a Wi-Fi zone, right? So this tells me I've got a little bit of work to do. Also in Google, it says that I've got some storage here that I need to deal with. Photos, only 3.62 gigabytes, which is not very much in the realm of what we could store in terms of photos. But those are photos that are downloaded here. They don't need to be here. They need to be in the cloud, as far as I'm concerned. I don't need them on my phone, so I can free up a bunch of space here. Merlin Bird ID, when I'm listening to Out in the Woods, hear some birds, click on the recording to record to ID, and then I don't delete them. Some I keep on purpose because it was just like so amazing, but I need to get in there and delete some of them. And then we go down and we've got, 1 gigabyte, very little gigabytes being taken up. But I can also look and see, are there things that I'm just really not using here? There's a couple, and I can get rid of those, and that would free up some space. It wouldn't free up a whole bunch of space, but really I see that my problem is Apple Music. Now, could I put those on external storage? I could. So we're going to get away from the conversation about the photo stick for a minute. we're going to go back to what are some of the other things that we could use, and tell me, can you see the best portable SSD?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So this is a small little device, and it's moving or travel and solid state drive. They're portable hard drives, but it says, and this was new information to me, so thank you, Medina, for making me delve into this. But they don't have moving parts, and so they're faster and more durable, and they're not cheap. We'll just say that. One of the things in this Wirecutter, they review tons and tons of things. Their best one that they like is the Samsung T7. It's terabytes. Terabytes is a whole lot of space. You could probably buy one of these and really never need more storage externally, I'm betting, like ever, even if you were Jackie with the cameras. Notice this one that they like a lot with the 1 terabyte runs around 100, 130, around that range. This one has 4 terabytes, which literally 4 of us could probably, I mean, this is for people who would need this more for business, I believe, where they're really having to keep a lot of information. These are $300. Why? Because it's 4 terabytes. Terabytes is a huge amount of space, and so most of us are never going to need 4. So things that aren't photos specifically, but just all your data, you can do one of the SSDs, which is going to be very safe for you, because you take the SSD, you plug it into your computer or your device, and let's just look back a minute at the ports that they have. I believe that they're all using the same kind of ports now, which is that universal one right here. So it's this cord, the universal C, USB-C. And so that means that you can plug it into your phones. People with older iPhones, you'll get there. You'll have to have a different cable for now, but people with newer iPhones, we all have this same charging cord. Yay, we finally moved into something where we can all agree on one thing, and it's we don't need 18 cables. So that would be something, and there looks like they're about the size of a deck of cards. So pretty handy. While we're here, we're going to look at the other one, which is the best external hard drives. Now, external hard drives do have moving parts, so these aren't something you're necessarily going to travel with. This is something that would be more like you're going to take your information, store it on your hard drive, your external hard drive, and you're going to leave it at home. You're not going to stick it in your briefcase or your purse every time you walk out. This one, although this is 5 terabytes for about the same price as 1 terabyte of the other one. And you're seeing when I switch between pages, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So notice this one about the size of a deck of cards, this one much bigger. Let's see if it tells exactly what the specs on the size are. I've seen them. I mean, it's probably like 2 decks of cards, so it's not that huge, but they are heavier. Yeah, I'm not seeing as a quick scan what the actual dimensions are, but like I said, not exactly something that you are going to just stick in your purse or your even your pocket. Looks like the SSD ones you could just stick in your pocket and go off with, and so that's really nice. You do get a lot more with an external. Now, the whole thing about the whys. Why would we do this? One, because we as human beings tend to be hoarders, and so we hate to get rid of stuff, or we just think we don't have time to clean out stuff, and so we just go, oh, I might need that someday. That's human nature. That's just what we do. And so one easy way to deal with it, for about $130, you can take a lot of your data, take it off of your device, clean up what you've got. That is going to make your devices work better. It's going to make them a little bit faster, and smoother when you are thinking, oh, my computer's full, my phone is full, because you can plug these into your phones too and take stuff off of your phones. Now, Medina had a question and a frowny face, so.
Frowny face is just because I'm not feeling well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so is an external hard drive the same as a backup? Because I have this thing. One second.
So, when she comes back,
I don't know if you can see it. This thing.
okay, so that
But-
looks to me like an external hard drive,
I'm
and
using it as a backup, so I'm wondering,
sure,
is external hard drive and backup the same thing?
they're not the same thing. You can, external hard drive is that thing you had in your hand. Backup can be many things. So you can back up your files in many different ways, just backing them up and saving them on your device itself, the
Yeah,
computer
actually,
itself.
I have this thing called Time Machine. I think that's a backup. Does anybody know about that?
Is it an external thing or is it a program?
I don't know.
I think it's
Is
a
it-
program on a MacBook.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you'd know if it was a program because it's an icon that you're looking at on your device.
There is an icon. There is an icon.
Okay. So Time Machine Backup is a tool that backs up a Mac to an external storage device. Okay. Such as a hard drive, a USB drive, or the Thunderbolt drive.
Okay.
Some steps to use to back up. So basically, Time Machine is a program that's going to help do the backup for you. Okay,
So
so
backup on my external hard drive. Okay.
yes. Yeah, I've never heard of Time Machine before. I don't have Mac products, so but it's a tool, it's a specific tool on Mac. So it's a program that runs on Mac that when you initiate it, it's going to do what it needs to do. But what it does is it assists you. So rather than doing what I would call a manual backup, where I am personally going to my computer files and deciding to take this one and put it here, this one and put it here, you know, which you can do manually. That would be a manual backup. When we go, let's see. Let me make sure that thing's still open. Yeah, it's still open. I think. Is it still open? It's still open. All right. Let me go back to share. So when I go to my File Explorer and I look, okay, so here is my hard drive, right? And I can take everything on my hard drive and I could back it all up to an external. I can just take these files and I can copy them onto an external hard drive so that and this is the big why, so that if something happens to my computer, I don't lose my files, right? If let's say, and it doesn't happen that much anymore, but let's say I get hacked and held for ransom, that they've frozen everything on my computer. Well, I've already taken all my files and they're on an external hard drive. It's literally like this, you know, I mean, pretend this isn't a phone, pretend this is a device. This device has all of my information here. So go ahead, I'll go get a new computer. I don't care what you do, you know, I'll go get a new computer and because my files are safe, they're on an external drive. Another thing is if you still happen to have a desktop instead of a laptop, it's a great way if you needed to evacuate. Hurricane, fire, floods, whatever. I got to go quick. And you have a regular practice of backing up your files. Then you grab your hard drive and you can leave your computer there, right? So I don't know if many people still have desktop computers versus laptops. I mean, laptops are so very portable. Martin.
To transfer the material, say photos on your phone,
All right, wait a minute, you're breaking up a little bit. To transfer the materials, what? Oh, and he froze.
From your computer. Oops. Am I out of it?
No, I can hear you from your computer.
Okay. Yeah, to transfer from my computer to these devices, these backups, is that difficult or is it pretty well self-explanatory?
It's not difficult. So what you would do is you would take the device and you would literally just plug it into your computer. So you're depending on what
Right.
device you have. And remember that, you know, these kinds of devices, let's see. I don't know how much this one is because I have 250. This one's 256 megabytes. That's not very much. We deal in gigabytes now, so this would literally hold like nothing. This one here is the 2 gigabytes. This would hold a little bit more. This is the USB drive, the older version.
Yeah.
This is the you
Yeah,
would
I've
just
had that.
plug it into the portal into your computer, and then when that happens, what you're going to see is it's going to come up to your File Explorer. Are you PC or Mac?
PC.
PC. Okay, good. So it's gonna open up here, and it's gonna show on this PC, like right now. Let's go ahead and just do this. Hopefully it'll show. Okay, I plugged this in. See how it now shows something else. Can you all see that?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this, and it names it, this is my USB, and it named it drive D.
Right.
So on this, and I can see right here, what have I got? Even though it says it's 2 gigabytes, it's 1.19 gigabytes.
Right.
I have 814 megabytes free, which is very little. So this is nearly full. Not very valuable. I could clean it off for a small little thing, but basically if I want to go, and I want to take my downloads, I can go to my downloads. I can select all of my downloads and take them. And what I would do is I would copy them. I wouldn't move them, because if I move them, that means I'm going to take them off of here. But if I'm
Right.
going to copy them, and I would copy them and just move them to here. Let's see if I can do, well, it's not going to allow me to do this because I don't have much room here at all.
Right. Okay.
But if I take this and drag this, so I'm just dragging, and it says create a link in my USB drive to this, which is my downloads folder. Okay, we'll do that. And so all it did was it gave a link to it. It did not copy all of them because I don't have that kind of space here. But that's literally
All right.
all you would do is just copy and paste them from one to the other. Take this out, has no space. So, but that's getting a little bit away. I don't have an external hard drive because I do most of my saving in the cloud. But it is a good idea to have them. I do highly recommend them, particularly if you have used up a lot of your space on your devices, whether it's your phone, your computer, and you don't want to take the time to get rid of stuff you don't need and you think you need it all, or maybe you do need it all. I would hazard a guess that most people don't need it all, but there are things we do need or want to keep. You know, there's always the want part. And then you can put them on an external, free up the stuff on your working device so that it runs better.
Yeah. Okay.
Joyce.
Now, what about storing it in the cloud?
Yes, next. Thank you. So let's go to, let me pull that up first, and I'm going to go to my Great Heart Helping Hands account. And let's see, I'm going to see if Zoom will allow you to watch the process. So I'm going to go to my email because that's the easiest way, but I don't have to go to my email to do this. I can do it a bunch of different ways. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. So you're all looking at my email page, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here to my account icon in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to go to click on that, and it lists all the Google accounts I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go, sorry, I had to move that little thingy there. I'm going to go to manage my account. And of course, it's going to look different here. Let's go first here to storage. And so I'm used to looking at this on my phone, so it's not going to go there. All right. From my account here, my 9 dots up here, I'm going to click there, and it's probably going to be, it might just be here in my search. I apologize. This is good because I look at it on my phone all the time and I never look at it on my computer. So let's see. Why is this not? Oh, I know why. Hello. Let's go to Drive because Drive is the cloud account, right? So storage, there it is. So in your Google accounts and whatever you use for storage, whether it's iCloud or whatever, this is where it's going to be stored. Now, the one difference is in Google, they stopped storing photos in Drive. I'm going to stop that for a minute. There was a time when all your photos and all your documents and all your everything got stored in Drive. It was all one big storage cabinet. At some point, gosh, I want to say early, maybe 2012, somewhere around there, they separated and said, we're not going to automatically back up your photos in Drive anymore, probably because we all saved too many photos and it was just too much even for them to handle. So they split it up so that there are 2 systems. One is the photo storage system and the other one is the everything else storage system. So what we're looking at right now is the everything else storage system, and that is in Drive. So when I look at Drive, I can go here and I can go to storage. And like I said, it's so much easier to find on my phone than it is here because it's the same information. It is absolutely the same information. So in this particular account, I don't pay for storage. So all Google accounts get 15 gigabytes for free. So hold on to that thought for a minute. Of this, in this particular account, which is my Great Heart Helping Hands, I've only used 528 megabytes. Just to give you an example, how big is 521 megabytes compared to 15 gigabytes? Well, this is how far 15 gigabytes is, all the way at the end. So megabytes is a very, very small amount. I don't store most of my stuff here. This is a smaller account, so I don't pay for it. And it has what I store here. These are all the folders that I keep here. I can clean up space. I can do this on my phone. I do this on my phone regularly. If I go to clean up space, what does it do? It tells me there are emails in trash. Do I want to get rid of those? Do I want to look at it first? I can review it. I can get rid of all my spam. Kilobytes, there's 195 kilobytes, so not many spam there. Before I got rid of spam, I would look at those. So I'm going to review it and I'm going to look and see what is in my spam. I have no idea who these people are. And so these are absolutely going to be spam. So I can go ahead and
You don't know who Scott is?
that's not Scott though.
Oh.
That's not my Scott. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all. So that's going to, yes, I understand. Permanently delete. This is just my spam folder. Woohoo! I got some kilobytes back, which is so small. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to large files. Why don't I review those? That's 25 megabytes. So these are some larger files. Some of these I would probably keep. This is some documents that I produced for another board that I'm on. So I would probably keep these. So I would look at these one at a time. But still, there is not very much stuff here. There is 25 megabytes. I'm really not worried about that right now. 4 megabytes, emails and trash. Yeah, okay, whatever. I may or might not do that. I might just let Google delete it in 30 days, or I can also look at it by cleaning up by service, looking at the emails, looking at Drive, and looking at photos. So that's one of the things, for all its faults and troubles. One of the things that I really do like about Google is it really does help you stay organized. So that would be where I would be looking to save some space. Now, where is my storage? As Joyce said, where is my storage? There's where my storage is. So when you save something in Google Drive, Google Photos, or Gmail, it's going to automatically be backed up in the cloud. That's what Google does. It isn't until you download something that you're storing it somewhere physically. Otherwise, it's all just data in the cloud. Does that answer that question, Joyce?
So now, if I have a lot of cloud storage space, why do I need a hard drive backup?
That's a really good question. There are many reasons why people would prefer that. I'm going to try and say this in a way without putting any opinion into it. People prefer hard drive backup because many people don't trust or understand cloud backup. And I met a woman the other day. It was the first person I had met in many, many years who said this to me. Oh, no, I don't. I donate thousands. This is a quote. I donate thousands of dollars a year to nonprofits, but I never donate online. Okay. I don't trust it. Okay. I also don't shop online. Okay. So she sends nonprofits checks. Okay.
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 We
That's
know
fine.
about
You can do that. I'm not going to go there and tell you that people can actually now literally wash your ink off of checks and make it out to them instead. That's like an old school hacker thing that is a new school thing. So few people use checks, but it does happen, and it is possible, and millions of dollars get stolen off of checks these days because they just rewrite who it's to. So nothing is safe. And I said to her, I said, I'm betting the reason why you don't trust is because you don't know and understand it. And if you want to know and understand it, I will be happy to help you know and understand what's actually happening. But she has no knowledge of how all this is. And she just hears horror stories and bad things and doesn't understand that we can all be safe if we take, certain steps. But she doesn't understand any of it, so she chooses not to. That's fine. That's your choice. But that would be somebody who I would guess would absolutely need a hard drive because she would not store in the cloud.
I actually came up with another reason just now. If I were hacked, let's say, and somebody, now since I automatically download everything to the cloud, if somebody were to put something into my computer, a bad program into my computer, that would get stored in the cloud also. But if I had downloaded something, let's say 6 months ago, onto a hard drive, the hard drive would remain pristine.
If you had done it 6 months ago and hadn't plugged it in recently,
Right.
yes. However, I'm going to say that, yes, that's true. And I'm hoping that you have antiviral software on your computer.
That's true. Yes.
You threw me for a loop there because I'm like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen to you because I'm pretty sure
I'm not a hospital. Nobody's looking to,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could be a point, but that would also be the problem with that. And I'm just having fun with you here now. The problem with that is that's kind of bad practice to back up every 6 months. The experts recommend in the past
Yeah.
that you back up every week, that, you know, like once a week you do a backup, because whatever you did in the course of the week, and this was when I was, you know, working and my job involved being on computers a lot, you know, backing up once a week, bye Carol, is real important. You know, it would be like Friday backups. That's what we do. And so you'd back up everything. You
But
wouldn't
the
want to do it
computer
less
does
than,
that automatically. I mean, I have automatic backup. But
right.
if I were to, let's say, once a month, or again, every 6 months, backup, that would mean, you know,
But but that means everything in that in the most recent 6 months you
Right.
don't have. You
right,
know?
right,
So
but
yeah.
there isn't, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on the nature of what
Right.
you're backing up and that kind of thing. But yeah, good point. And honestly, you know, if you look at my my other Google account, so let's talk a minute just for a second. That's another alternative. If I look at Google accounts, whoops, let's go. Yeah, let's go to this one and go to my Google account. On my personal one that I pay for, I have I pay for the service and it's like $20 a year and I have 100 gigabytes. And what's used in that account storage in the cloud right now is 37.9, so 38 gigabytes out of 100. Back in December, I think we talked about storage again, and I was at 49. And so I got busy. I went in after class and I cleaned up a bunch of stuff out of the cloud, got rid of things I didn't need, got rid of big folders, got rid of duplicates, things like that, using Google Manage Your File Storage program that kind of shows you what you've got and where you can clean up. And so I brought it down 10 gigabytes. So I'm pretty happy with 37.9 right now, you know. But here's the other thing. You can have as many Google accounts as you want. So if you are a Google account user and you like to use the Google storage, and I don't know if this is true with iCloud or not. One of the iCloud pros in here helped me out with this, but I will tell you, I can have I have access to 5 Google accounts. Each one of those comes with 15 gigabytes. What's that, 75? So there's 75 gigabytes right there that I have for free. So you technically wouldn't have to pay for storage if you wanted to disperse your stuff. That would require a fairly organized mind. You know, I like organization, so I'm a little nerdy about it. So, you know, I would use, for instance, my Great Heart Helping Hands are for 2 organizations. They're for Joy and they're for the Auto Community Center. I'm on the board there. So those are the 2 things that I use for that. So anything that gets, you know, coming from those organizations goes into that storage, that cloud, that's that box. The Bee-Based one, my personal, that's like my life. And so that's the one I pay for. But there are 2 other organizations that I help out with. And so those have each 15 gigabytes. So any storage that really has to go to one of those, I could put there and I could put there. And so I could take my storage and break it up into these little boxes of, you know, what the category is in my brain. And I wouldn't have to technically even pay for storage. It's easier for me. It's $20 a year. I can do this. You know, I could pay for a little bit more for like $35 a year and get like a terabyte. So, but I don't need it. Who cares? Did you see my message about Carbonite? Oh, nope, sorry, I didn't. She backs up to Carbonite. All right. Sadly, we can't hear you. Can we hear you yet? Can you speak? I don't even see where you are. Oh, there you are. Linda, can you speak?
She's shaking her head no.
No, still can't hear you. Wonder what's wrong with that. All right, she's typing. All right, so she backs up to Carbonite. She'll tell us what that is in a minute. But you also have iCloud storage. Now, Apple people, do you have Carbonite backs up everything automatically all the time? And is it cloud? Is it cloud-based? Yes? Okay, so it's cloud-based. I'd love to know, and I'm sad you can't really talk, why you use Carbonite instead of iCloud. She's gonna type some more. Sorry, your fingers are getting a workout today. And it's time to call your computer guy and find out what in the world is going on there. I wonder if it's a Zoom issue. You know what, Linda? I'm just gonna guess. I know you're working on something else right now, but Linda we can't hear her. She can't talk, but she can hear us. I'm wondering if somehow, and it's hard to explain, but maybe you didn't give permission. No, but we've heard you before on this new computer. I'm wondering if the permissions got changed on your computer settings, if the permissions got changed where you didn't allow access to your microphone. Ah, okay. So it was recommended by the computer guy and it saved my computer when I crashed last month. All my files were restored. Very cool. Like it. Like it. So is it, and you can just do thumbs up and we'll do 20 questions. Is it an app or a program? If it's both of
She
it's
said
cloud. It's a program. Is it cloud? It is cloud. Okay. Okay. Do you pay for it? Yes, she pays for it. Is it less than $100? Yes. Okay. Is it less than $50? Oh, good. Okay. Do you pay by monthly subscription? No. One-time payment? One time. Okay. This is fun.
sign language class.
By the way, thank you, Medina. Really quickly. Sorry, Linda, because I'll forget. So I'm taking sign language online again. And anybody who is interested, the deadline is tomorrow to sign up for the class. It's $70. And I'll put that information in the link. It's with Southwestern Community College, and the teacher is deaf, and she's really good. I've been taking it with her for a while, and it's a lot of fun. So it's on Google Meet.
Google Meet, okay.
Okay. So anyway, I'll put that in the link today so you can have that and maybe register for that. All right. So yes, sign language. So let me go back to your problem. Look, when you get a chance, look, and we can hang out here for a minute or two. You're going to look in your settings and see if permissions were not granted for Zoom to access your microphone. That would be on the computer itself. Unlikely, because you were having trouble the other day though, and I'm curious what would have changed, but it's not like your microphone quit working. It's a brand new computer. So, all right. So we talked about external storage. Carol had to leave. She had a photo stick. Photo stick is formatted specifically for photo data. So, you know, digital data is digital data, but we know that photos take up more space. And so rather than having something like an external hard drive or the portable hard drives, of having something that's literally just for photos, and the photo stick also makes it so it can go into your phone now. So it's not going to use this old-fashioned USB kind of connection. You know, it's not this kind. It's the kind that a phone charger would have. And so you can plug it right into your phone and you can take photos and store them all right there. You could free up a ton of space on your phone. I guarantee you all could, because there are cameras now, and nobody used to walk around with a camera, right? I mean, it's like, but now we all walk around with cameras. And so if we all walk around with cameras, I actually used to have one here. Guess I don't. So we all walk around with cameras. So we take a lot of pictures. We take pictures to remind us where our parking spot is. We take pictures of somebody's business card. We take pictures of, you know, oh, somebody showed me a brand of dog food that I should get. I took a picture of the bag, you know, because I don't have to remember all that. I don't have to write it down. I don't have to go find it. But you should from time to time go back in and go, okay, I don't need this anymore. Right? I mean, there is that. All right, Medina and then Joyce.
Okay, so if you remember, when we first talked about photos, and we learned about putting them in albums, I thought that if we put them in an album, then you could take it off your photos, and of course you can't. So I'm thinking photo stick. If they're stored on the photo stick, can you then take them off your phone?
Yeah, any external photo, any external storage, it's there.
Okay. Okay.
You know, and before I do anything radical, what I would do is I would plug it in and make sure it's there, you know, before you go ahead and delete it. But yes, that is absolutely, you know, besides being a backup,
Yeah.
it is external storage. It's like having another box for your stuff so that you can empty up this box and put more stuff into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other thing is when I go to storage on my phone, I mean, I have 4,000 photos. I go to photos to storage on my phone. Photos takes up almost nothing on my phone.
Because it's in the cloud.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because your phone automatically sends them to iCloud.
Right. Okay.
If you looked at your iCloud storage,
Yeah.
that would be a different story.
Okay. Thank you.
You know how to find that?
No, but I'll figure it out.
When you go to your settings in any Apple device, you go to your settings, and at the very top, where it says your name,
Yeah.
that's also where your iCloud storage is going to be. You click on that,
Yeah.
and it's going to open up another page, and you're going to scroll down, and it's going to say iCloud storage, and then it's going to show you how much of your photos. Thank you, Joyce. So it's about, and then software update, and then storage. So then you click on storage. Joyce, would you go ahead? Do you mind clicking on that? Click on storage, because I want them to see the graph. And so there's the graph of how much is on her phone.
Brand new iPhone, that's why.
That's
That's why I
brand
got
new.
the brand new iPhone.
Nice. And tell us the numbers. What does it say? 60?
It's 60.35 out of 256.
Okay. And remember that your cloud goes with you from device to device to device. It's not on the device, right? Your cloud is it's literally huge external storage that you've entrusted someone else to keep for you. And I'm putting my hands up here like it's in a cloud, but we do call it upload to the cloud. Or if we're going to take it, we download it to our phones or our devices, or we upload it. That's why when you look at something that has, let's go to, I don't have any documents open. Let's go to a document really quickly, and in a document, and I can only use Google to show you, but if I open up a document, for instance, this one here, for a card class I did, you can see right here at the very top says Otto Community Center art class, and then there's a little picture of a cloud, and it has a check mark in it, and that means that it's been uploaded to the cloud. Anytime I make a change, let's say I say that this was in December. Okay, up at the top, it's saying saving. Watch the top as I type. 4th,
We're not seeing,
2024.
We don't see it. We don't see it. We're still seeing gallery.
Yeah, sorry. All right, let me go back. All right, so let me go back. All right, up at the top, you can see the name of the document. Here's a folder that I might want to move it to a different folder. Here's my cloud status. It has a little picture of a cloud, and it's got a check mark. That means that it has been saved on my Google Drive. Now, these are the things I typed while I thought you were still in the room. Let me back it up. Watch what I want you to watch, not my typing, but I want you to watch my cloud. Everybody can see this, right?
Yes.
Where the little cursor is. All right, watch up there, and I'm going to back up what I typed. See what's happening?
Yeah.
It
yeah,
says saving. Save to drive. Boom, just like that. I didn't have to do a thing. Every keystroke that I do creates another save to drive, and it just writes over it.
Wow.
because it's got the same name, it's got the same address. Changes that I make in this is not going to change the address of where this document lives, and all of this up in the top is the address where that document lives.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let me stop the share. All right, we have run out of time.
I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Thank
hopefully,
you.
don't leave real quick. I have one quick little thing I want to show you that's kind of fun, and this will make sense as to why you got this link. Let me go to share very quickly, and we're gonna go to baby names. So it's just a fun thing I found. It says type a name. So since Martin hung out, I'm gonna type in Martin. And when I do that, it says when this name was popular. How
Ooh.
many, the yearly count of babies named Martin, starting somewhere back in the 1930s. It really peaked up in the early 60s to 70s, and then did a low drop in the 80s, a new little peak, and now not many kids named Martin.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Very cool.
All right, so now, very quickly before Amy
Thank you.
leaves, I'm gonna do Amy. Ooh, look at that. And it
Wow.
tells you how many. So since 1960, real low, but that was a big peak in the 80s. Interesting.
Joyce is a very interesting name.
What is?
Joyce is a very
Joyce.
interesting name.
Let's look at Joyce. YCE, Joyce. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. And guess when
But-
I was born?
1940s, but look at the numbers. This was only 15,000. Amy was in the 30,000.
Right.
Kind of interesting. So
And
I'm
now
going to be
it's down
sending
to
you
almost
this.
Nothing.
What's that?
Now it's down to almost nothing.
Okay, I gotta go.
Now
Amy,
go. Go,
Thank
go,
you
go,
very
go,
much.
Bye,
go.
Martin.
Anyway,
Bye.
it's just kind of a fun thing. We talk about a lot of bad things that happen, but it's just kind of like, oh, all right. So 1960, the Betsy Wetsy doll came out, and Betsy was a very popular name.
Aw,
And
cute.
that's the year I was born.
Aw. Good class, Betsy.
Very
Have a
nice.
great week, you all.
Thank you.
Email
you,
me any
Betsy.
questions, what you want to talk about. Otherwise, we talk about bad stuff, but always
Okay,
some fun too.
Now it's
Yeah,
good.
good class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.